I hope you like fishing.
Oh! Aiyo, the last time I played this was 20 years ago.
Hey, actually not easy.
Hey, oh okay.
Oh.
Oh, so difficult ah?
Hi everyone, my name is Charlotte from Port Ecosystem Division. So I've been in PSA for 12 years. Started as an OE, been through storage planning department. Thereafter I went into container depots management, and now I'm part of the planning team for the PSA supply chain hub at Tuas. PSCH is actually a greenfield project. We have a lot of new elements like the automated storage retrieval system, cold rooms. It's actually an all-in-one hub with DG warehouse, regional distribution centers, and loose cargo consolidation. For PSCH, my role is more of like a project manager. I keep track of the developments and various progress. For my role is more of coordinating the internal. Yeah, because supply chain hub is huge. There's a lot of like different areas. So my job is actually to gather everyone and to be on track together with the civil, because construction is ongoing. So there are certain items like the electric cabling and etc. have to come into place. So the plan has to be firm. I'm kind of excited to be in part of this team because it's an exciting journey to actually watch the transformation of PSA from a port operations to actually providing supply chain solutions to our customer.
My journey is a bit more interesting in PSA, yeah, because actually I started in IT, in a way software developer lah. Before moving to a software analyst. That was almost 20 years ago, 21 years, actually 21 years in PSA, 10 years in IT. Then subsequently, I moved on to handle operation, what we call gate operation, which is handling the hauliers interface with the port, the import and export flow operation. Subsequently, dangerous goods was added to my portfolio. And then they also asked me to oversee the development of the port ecosystem. That was how I was involved in the development of the port ecosystem, including the construction and then the whole setup of the PSA supply chain hub. That's when I started working with Charlotte. In the port ecosystem, because we don't just do the construction of the whole the supply chain hub, we also have to be involved in trying to make sure that the business services are there, then the business can come in. So I'm also involved in the warehousing portion. That means how to actually deal with customers, especially the shippers or so-called exporters or importers, for the storage of cargo, then how their cargoes are being trucked, how their supply chain is being designed, including some of the freight documentation portion, like what we call Incoterms. All these need to know the whole process. Something that helps me along the way is because of my IT knowledge, because I actually design some of the system with custom. So some of the permit flow that's needed for the whole operation to operationalize, that part I'm quite familiar. So that's really a plus point for me for having this cross deployment. Also, we are going to take another fish. Oh. Okay, mine is more relating to what are the services in the port ecosystem that set us apart from the port itself. Because we are more towards the cargo side of things rather than the port function. So we complement that portion. We also try to blend some of the services of the port together with the cargo solution.
The port is just not about loading and discharging of cargoes. It's actually more than that. So we have products such as depot services, whereby we supply empties to shippers in the region. Then we also have Jurong Island barging, whereby we help the chemicals manufacturers to have a more eco-friendly transportation. Next thing will be the advanced transshipment management, where customers can actually stage their cargo or containers in Singapore. So when there's demand, we actually help them connect to the end destination.
This is the part that we set ourselves apart, not just for the port itself, also from the rest of the competitor that's in this business.
How will PSCH enhance operational efficiency in warehousing and distribution?
Oh, very cheap, man. You know what we do?
I think one of the things that off my mind I can think of is PSCH. There's this new thing which is the automated storage and retrieval system. I think this will help to enhance the operational efficiency, where we have machines to take the storage and retrieval of goods. In terms of accuracy of retrieval and recording in system, is all track and traceable. So I believe this will help in overall operational efficiency in terms of the fast turnaround of the cargoes.
And the question I have is, if warehouse were 100% automated, do you think we still need human workers? Okay, so far for all the warehouse that I visited, I've seen Singapore, overseas, you are unable to reduce headcount to fully to zero because there's still other activities like the stuffing into the container. So some manual supervision is still required. So it's difficult to say, if you have it fully automated, then you can reduce it 100% to a so-called Mendes operation. I think it's quite similar to the port environment. So there's some level that of supervision needed. Then it's necessary to look at some of the exception, then how to actually optimize the whole flow all over again. So let's say if you look at a normal warehouse, we have some calculation because we are designing the supply chain hub, right? Under the manual mode, one man can do about 500 to 800 pallets. Pallets are a single pallet like this. It means the handling. So under the automated mode, right, the one man is supposed to be able to handle up to 1,000. Yeah, so that's the mode that we are looking at. Quite similar to the port. Last time 1 to 1. Then now you can go 1 person to 8 cranes. So that's a similar concept that we are having. So there's also uplifting of the job itself. The more manual work is supposed to be done by the machine. Then the supervisor come in to make sure that everything is in place. Then the process can continue to be optimized. So the upskilling is necessary because you need to know the nature of the automation and how the automation is designed. Then what are the flexibility or the changes that you can do. Then how do you optimize the whole flow subsequently. So if I give you an example, so the tires here. So you put the tires here, if I put in this way, but if the retriever is always, you end up having to retrieve the tire always at the top, then you're actually wasting time to actually pull the crane up to go and retrieve from the top, right? So the next cycle, you'll be smart enough to say, all the frequent use cargo, you try to put at the bottom. Yeah, so the new guy is supposed to know this so that he can better automate the whole process.
I think for the next 5 years, it will be a very transformational moment for PSA with PSCH as the focal point. Because actually from 2027 onwards, we have about 2 million square feet of warehouse readily available for loose cargo community. And on top of that, we have a 1 million square feet area ready for the regional distribution center.
So for the port ecosystem side, we are more looking at the cargo handling perspective. So like what I said earlier, because we want to build this into a super hub, so the cargo handling part is under us. Of course, under the node to network strategy, there's also the other part which is done by the more towards the carrier, where we try to actually streamline all our nodes that we have overseas, then to provide a so-called a more streamlined and unified service to the carrier. Then over our end at the super hub, we also have services that we can actually partner with the carriers. So like people like the major shipping lines, they are looking at not just carrier services, they are all starting to look at supply chain and then logistical services. So that's the part that we can come in to provide all these services to them at all these super hub that we want to build.
So Wee Dee, I have a question for you. What do you think is the challenge that you have faced over the years?
Oh, okay. Okay, my one big challenge is last time when PSA started to adopt automation for the crane. So we are a bit concerned on how the external hauliers will interface with the port because they are all still quite manual. There's no digital system. We actually roll out a system we call the mobile data terminal last time. That was in, I think, 2012. That was quite some time back when I was still in PortNet time. Yeah. So back then, we actually have to think of solutions on how to actually get hauliers to onboard the system. So that they can actually interface with our automated crane. So basically, we want the driver to be able to go below the crane and then inform our crane that they are ready to be served. Yeah. So that's the part that is so important for the whole ecosystem. So we think of various solutions that will benefit the truckers. Some of the solutions that we thought of including helping them to remove the usage of the walkie-talkie. That means cost-to-cost replacement. That means if they use a new system, a digital system, they want to do away with the walkie-talkie. So those are things that we thought of for them. And then including some of the tracking of their vehicles to allow the driver to actually check container details from their vehicle in cabin, receive information from their controller. So those are the solutions that we actually think of. Then we build into a package. Then after that, we visited 100 over companies. Yeah. So it's really door-to-door visit. 3 of us. So we not really door-to-door. So we visited the whole Singapore everywhere. I also quite surprised because some are actually behind some mama shop. Some are actually a hawker center operator. They're still having a talkie, then trying to do control. Then some operating from a condo. Then there's a gym behind the condo for the staff. So we are also quite surprised, yeah. But finally, we managed to get close to 95% adoption. But at this point in time, it's almost 100%. This whole process, including the sign up, I think finally when we get 95% is almost 1.5 years. Yeah. So we are about half a year short of the first crane started operation. Yeah. Then after that, everybody started coming already.
Considered quite fast.
Because when they sign up,
to
they
effect the
still
change.
they didn't use. So you still need to follow up, say, hey, can you use? Yeah, correct. So there's a lot of follow through lah. So we also work with ESG to actually work out the package to help them to do a crossover. It's quite a big journey. So when I look back, actually I take a lot of pride in this because it's really a very challenging journey. If it's a simple task for you, then you probably won't remember. So if it's a very big task, then when you overcome this and then you transform the whole industry to a walkie-talkie-less mode, then you look at it, then you see, you take a lot of pride in it. Yeah. So when you do it with a purpose, then you feel there's a lot of pride.
Memorable
in it.
experience.
It's correct. Yeah. It's really quite a transformation journey. So going forward, I think we hope for the next 5 years or even the next 10 years, we can also transform how a PSA operates as a super hub in that sense. Okay, 加油! In terms of when you are deployed to another job, when you are transferred to another department, okay, to me, because initially I also have a lot of hesitation. In fact, the first answer I have is no, I don't want. Finally, I make that move. Then I was thinking whether I need to eject out somewhere along the way. Subsequently, when I can link everything together and find some synergy, actually, it's quite a good achievement. So what I did is, because during my IT days, I also interfaced with some of the logistics supply chain players. Then operation people, PSA people, some I also really know them during my IT days. So when I have certain issues that I'm not able to figure out, I can still approach either people outside or actually staff in PSA. So I feel that the handrail is always there to support you. Because when PSA transfer you over, they also want you to be successful in some way.